Hey guys, this is Lawrence, and in this video, I'll be taking a look at a small orange web hosting company for your OpenCart sites. So right now, I'm using a small orange and Fast Comment. Those are the only two web hosting providers that I use. And I initially signed up with both of them because I want to know the differences between the two. And also, if one of the server was to go down, I always have another server as a backup. So, and I only pay like under $50 per year, right, to have it as a backup for the small orange because I'm using the shared small plan. If you go with the tiny plan, I think it's going to end up costing you less than $40 per year. Anyways, so a little bit more about the company, a small orange. It was founded in Atlanta, Georgia in 2003, and they're actually part of a bigger company called Endurance International Group. And they own like a bunch of other hosting companies. The biggest one I can think of right now is Bluehost. I'm pretty sure you know them. They're pretty much everywhere. So let's take a look at the OpenCart migration process. So I had my OpenCart site from a servant and I transferred over to a small orange. And the process was pretty easy. So I opened a ticket. This was back in July 14th, 2015 at 1:27 Eastern Time. And here's the message I wrote them. Hey, I would like to transfer my website to ASO, a small orange. Credentials below. Please update after you finish. Thank you. So I don't know if you ever transfer websites before to another hosting server. Here's my tip. Message the new hosting provider with your credentials, the cPanel credentials. That way they can, do the cPanel to cPanel transfer within same day, pretty much. Because, you don't want to go back and forth, messaging them just to have your site transferred over. And if you feel uncomfortable providing them your credentials, just change your password to something temporary, and change it back after they have completed the transfer. So after I sent them the message, I got a message back from them. I think it was a few hours later. So I opened the ticket at 1:27 p.m. and at 4:48 p.m. the same day, they wrote back saying we have completed the transfer for you. We just need to change the name servers to their server. And once that's done, it would take between 2 to 48 hours to propagate. So next thing we'll take a look at is the OpenCart features with the small orange. So there aren't actually too many features of OpenCart, but they do have a Stuffed Oculus apps installer where you can install OpenCart version 1.5 or 2.0 with the click of a button. And in terms of their backups, so this is like the downside with them. Even though they give you complete control to back up your website from the cPanel, it doesn't give you control over how you restore. You're kind of limited, and you have to pay a small orange money to have it restored. So one way is to pay them $5 per month to use their R1 soft restore backup. So let me just show you that here. So here it is. So this is the cPanel of the small orange. And here is the R1 soft restore backups, and they have another one called Code Guard backups, and this one costs actually $20 per month, and this one's $5 per month. To be honest, I don't want to pay additional money for backups because I think that's something that should be included. But a lot of these companies, if you look into it, like they don't include the backups with their plan. You always have to pay additional. And I want to tell you this one story regarding my client. Her OpenCart site was hosted with GoDaddy, and she paid like I think under $70 or $60 per month for the hosting provider. And one day she was, messing around with the cPanel on her OpenCart site, and her whole site just crashed, and she lost everything basically. I don't know exactly what happened. And she contacted GoDaddy, and they wanted her to pay like $100 or $150 to have it restored. I'm not sure the exact amount. If you're using GoDaddy, and if you know the amount, please leave a comment. I'll be curious how much you paid. But that's how much you pay. All because like she wanted some like a cheap hosting provider. But at the end, she ended up paying for this one little service more than $100 to have her site restored. So I don't want you guys to be stuck in that same situation. So just make sure that your hosting provider has a backup service. Either you can do it manually or, automatically have it restore. So the Fast Comment, the other hosting provider that I use, in their C panel, they have this thing called Restore Manager, and you can actually just select a date and to have it restored. So they do backups every few days. You can just click on the date to have your website restored. This is actually included with the fast comment, as opposed to Small Orange. You have to pay a additional fee. So just be aware of that when you sign up. Now, if you're comfortable with backing things up manually and restoring, obviously this wouldn't be a problem for you. So let's talk about the plans that they offer. Right now, they have for the shared accounts, they have tiny plan, small, medium, and large. So the one I have is actually called the small plan, where I get 5 gigs of storage with the 50 gigs of bandwidth, and you can have host unlimited domains. They do have a tiny plan where if you're just starting out with one website, they do give you a 500 megabytes of storage with the 5 gig of bandwidth with only one domain name. It only costs you $292 per month. So that's an option if you're just starting out. And all these shared accounts, and they do use SSD drives for their servers, so you're pretty much guaranteed that your website will load pretty fast. So let's talk about one thing I don't like about a Small Orange. So one day, before I joined them, I had some bunch of questions for them. So I went to their homepage, and if you go to the bottom right corner, you can chat with them. So you can pick a department that you want to chat with. I think I picked the ASO sales department. Anyways, so I had a bunch of questions I asked them, and the support is actually pretty good. And at the end of the conversation, they asked me, can we send you an email if you wanted to sign up later? And I said, yeah, sure, because I had a good conversation with the support team here. And I got an email, I think a couple days later, to sign up through them. And this guy contacted me to offer me discounts that I couldn't get, outside of what he was offering me. But, it was just a bunch of BS, because I could have gotten the same discount by using a coupon code outside. But anyway, so it wasn't that much of a difference. So I decided to, sign up with him. So here was the conversation I had with him. He said, hey there, Lawrence. Unfortunately, we're not running any promotion right now. So an ongoing 20% discount will be the highest we could offer. And I would need to be signed under him, so that since the promotional code isn't available for that discount. And then I said, yeah, sure, please proceed with the shared plan, small plan, at 20% off ongoing basis. Let me know what to do next. And this is what he said. He said, hey, Lawrence, that sounds like a plan. To lock in that small share plan, all we need to do is to get you bundled up with annual hosting and 3 add-on services. I mean, you see what he's saying? And then it says, bundling with 2 of which would net me 15% discount. And also some great product services I think would benefit me would be awesome backup services, CodeGuard for only $20 per month. I mean, you see that? $20 per month. Why would I pay? And first of all, this guy really doesn't know my situation. Like, if I'm asking for a small plan, right now the small plan is $5 per month, right? Why would I pay $20 per month for a backup service? And on top of that, he recommended that I sign up for a security site level of SiteLock. And how much was that? I think that costed. So that one cost was like $20 per month. I'm not really sure what this does, but he said, it's a great add-on, even though he doesn't know my situation. He also said, adding on SSL to the site would be $40. So to be honest, SSL, you can get that for like $10 or less through Namecheap. You don't even need to pay $40 per month. I don't know why you would pay that much money. So it just left me a really bad taste after I got this email. How did we go from going with a small plan and then him sending me this email? And even though I got this email, I still signed up with them. I just heard good things about them, so I signed up. And funny thing is, after I signed up, I got a bunch of more emails, not just through this guy here, but through other employees from a Small Orange, asking, hey, we just want to follow up, to see if you're still interested in signing up. And thing is, I already joined them. They don't need to keep sending me emails to join them when I already have joined them. You know what I mean? Anyway, so just be aware of that. If you ever go to the chat service that they have right here, just don't tell them to contact you, basically. So next thing we'll take a look at is the speed test. So it gets a performance grade of 96 out of 100. So I had the OpenCart version 2 website just installed, and it's just a fresh installation, and it gets a load time of 1.6 seconds. And the data center is located in Dallas, Texas. And I also did a test using Uptrend to see how the site loaded from other countries. So the site loads pretty fast, like under a second from US and some other countries near US, and also some Europe. Like, Paris, it takes 0.6 seconds. If I scroll down here, if you keep going all the way more towards east, like Tokyo, Sydney, it does go over a second. The longest one is the Prague. It takes 3.6 seconds. I don't know why. I think it's not only for Small Orange, but for other hosting company I have, it also took the longest. I think just the internet service there must be really slow. It's the only thing I can think of. Let's scroll down here. So my overall impression with them, they're pretty good company. They're reliable. I haven't had any downtime hosting my site through them, which is good. But like I said, if you're hosting an OpenCart site, and if you want somebody to hold your hands, at least in the beginning, fast comment might be a better option. I'm just saying. But if you already have some experience using OpenCart, and you know what you're doing, you know how to back things up, a Small Orange is a nice option. And if you go with a tiny plan, it's going to end up costing you $35.04, which is nothing. And I did ask them a question at the live chat about, when the new version of OpenCart is released, does it automatically get upgraded? He says, I do not believe so. No, but you should be able to manage that through the soft Oculus. So let me know if you're using a Small Orange to host your OpenCart site. Let me know your experience using them, because obviously, my experience is pretty good. I haven't had any downtime, like I said. So let me know. And if you have any other questions that I can answer, just leave a comment and I'll try to help you out. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.